He made me nachos, so you can't go wrong with that.
It was a fun weekend because I got nachos.
and then football was on, so it was kind of in heaven.
Like nachos and football is like a good Super Bowl party or something.
Yeah, it was a good after party too.
Well, good. I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah, things are looking up for me finally. And then my bar shut down today, so it's like I can never have both.
Is that like the second one?
Yeah, no, this is like the fourth.
Don't hire Chantel.
I'm the Grim Reaper of businesses.
Hey. Maybe you need like a indestructible bar or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or just go back on Bourbon Street. That never shuts down. Yeah, that's 24
smart.
hours.
That's smart. Maybe you should do that.
I don't want to though. I'm not ready to go.
Not ready to go back?
I'm having fun in Colorado.
Even though you're cold?
Yeah,
all the time?
I gotta go to more Av games though.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's kind of what
I'm glad you're enjoying hockey.
Oh my gosh, so much fun.
It makes me so happy when my friends are like, thank you for introducing me to hockey.
Right?
Like I brought KJ to a game and he was all about it. He was all about it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. So that's my plan, is to go to more Avs games. So go Avs.
Good. Maybe New Orleans will get a hockey team one day.
Yeah, right.
And then you'll be like their expert.
Yeah, I'll be the only one.
Yeah.
So, he made it up.
You'll be like, you want to see Chantel? Come to the whatever our team name is.
Yeah.
Come to this game.
Yeah. The voodoo dolls or something.
Yeah. New Orleans voodoo dolls. NHL, you heard it here first.
Yeah. I don't know.
New Orleans voodoo.
Yeah, maybe New Orleans voodoo.
Yeah. And then their mascot could be a voodoo doll.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then I could just stab the mascot.
Yeah.
You know?
He could have like little pins.
Yeah.
And people could like just take them and...
We would never lose.
I mean, except to the Avs.
Oh. Wait, hold up.
Because you would do some like voodoo of your own. And then...
It would just go backfire, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It'd be great.
Oh well.
It'd be like counterintuitive voodoo.
Yeah. That would be weird.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I would like to add, I just jumped into this combo and I'm loving it.
Anna wants to see some hockey in New Orleans too.
Yeah, imagine how much fun that would be.
It would be like a nice, cool vacation spot or something.
No, but like you would
from
be
like
around.
The heat.
But like you would be around like all the. I mean, because
like in Colorado, you go hot places for vacation, but in New Orleans, you could go just watch a hockey game and you would like.
But I feel like you would be on like edge the whole time though.
Why?
I mean, okay, the only person that I know from New Orleans is Chantel. Yeah. So like, all of my opinions on New Orleans is based around Chantel. You know, and Chantel, she's not a relaxed person when she's watching sports, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, she was pretty chill at the hockey game.
Well, I imagine her screaming and kicking, you know?
Yeah.
So that's my perception of New Orleans. Yeah, that too. And I've heard that New Orleans people drink a lot, you know?
Hey.
It's like a party city.
Yeah.
It's a party city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
So a hockey game would be a blast is what I'm hearing. I don't know what you're getting at over here, Anna, but you need to be on your own little island.
Be a negative person.
Yeah, you need to be on your own little island of negativity and leave me and Chantel at this hockey game enjoying ourselves.
Island.
Yeah.
I love that laugh. I love that laugh. I love that man.
Anna Island of Negativity is just that laugh on repeat. So it's her only happiness.
See, I could be depressed, I could be sad, I could be pissed off, but as soon as I hear that laugh,
it's all over.
I'm happy.
All right, I'm
happy.
We'll just play it on repeat on your negative island. It's your only positivity.
Yeah, it's the only positivity that's allowed in Anna Island.
How was your weekend, negative Anna?
It was a good weekend.
There's a negative response.
I mean, the Nuggets beat the Clippers.
Yeah.
But they lost against the Cavs.
So, like, you're neutral again.
50-50, you know?
Yeah, neutral
I think that beating the Clippers, you know, was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that boosted me up.
Yeah.
And then the Packers won.
Yeah.
So, you know, I want to bet. I lost the bet, but I want to bet.
You won and lost. So, again, Anna is neutral.
50-50, literally.
All right, let's jump into some headlines. Chantel, let's start with your headline for the day.
All right. ESPN prepared to make Tony Romo the highest paid sportscaster in history, like mic drop. Do you guys enjoy Tony Romo's commentary because I personally love it. I think he's like Nostradamus when it comes to it because he just does a lot of homework and he's got and the thing about, but I don't know if he's going to take the deal because ESPN, it's longer hours.
But more money.
Yeah, it is more money.
But more money. I mean, you could
everyone has a price tag.
Yeah, but I mean, you could work like for a couple years, really hard, and then you would have a really nice retirement plan. I would take it.
Does.
I would take it.
He don't need no retirement plan.
Yeah, that's another thing.
If he saved his money, he's fine.
Yeah, and then he's gonna lose that chemistry that he has with Jim Nantz, so that Hall of Fame broadcaster that they got there.
Yeah.
And then CBS is just a higher profile, so I don't know if he's gonna really go for it, but maybe that money is gonna
write him a pro and cons list and email it to him.
I wonder if it depends where he would live too, because that's always a big factor into that stuff is where you're living. Because who wants to live in, like, Cleveland or something? I don't know.
So it's a multi-year deal that would pay him between $10 million to $14 million annually.
Damn.
I know. So we'll see how that goes,
Do you know his current contract?
No, I don't know his current contract.
All right. So he might be, like, around-ish, that number. Or maybe they'll come back and they'll be like, look, bro, we'll match it.
Yeah.
It depends how much they value him.
Right. So we'll see. I'm very curious to find out what he's going to do.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before we get to Anna's headline, because that's going to be a long headline, the NHL, like 5 minutes ago, sent out a message saying that for the NHL All-Star Game, they're adding a new competition. So like most All-Star Games, they have like, the hardest shot contest, fastest skater contest, those kinds of things. Huh. And last year, there was a couple women's hockey players involved. It was really cool. Yes. Nathan MacKinnon from the Colorado Avalanche got hurt, so he wasn't able to participate in his event, which was his fastest skater contest. Well, he picked one of the female athletes to take his place, and she did really well. And the NHL is trying to grow women's hockey. So one of the new events that they're adding is Elite Women's 3v3. So that's going to be kind of interesting to watch.
I haven't heard of women playing in the NHL, and
yeah, they have a 6-team league.
That's so cool.
Between Canada and the U.S.
That's so cool.
So
I feel that women in sports lately have been getting a lot of momentum. Yeah. It's slow, which I hate.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least women are getting there. They're getting their paycheck.
Yeah.
They're getting their voices heard, which is always nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting women's hockey, too, because for a while there, they had a U.S. women's league and then a Canadian women's league.
Oh, cool.
And so finally, they decided to merge them.
Oh, dope.
Into, like, a national league, kind of like the NHL.
That's so cool.
So, it's really cool. And then, as an Avs fan, JT Compher's little sister plays at Boston University. So they actually, for, like, half a day took over the Twitter when they were in Boston because she was playing that night. So they were posting all these videos and pictures and stuff of the game, and it was awesome. So just seeing that support for women's hockey and them trying to actively grow the game is really cool for me personally.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not even just hockey, it's all the sports, I mean, I don't know if you feel that way. I mean, later in the show, I'm going to get into the WNBA. They've been getting momentum. The FIFA, the National Women's League, too, they've been getting momentum. I mean, they're suing FIFA, but they're gaining momentum, They both. But before I get into my headline, I just want to... The apps are following me. Not on Twitter or anything, but I swear, I went to like 5 different thrift stores the other day, Walmart, including Target.
Yeah.
And I kept on seeing like an Avalanche jersey of McKinnon, and it's
They're
always
like,
McKinnon.
Anna!
Yeah, and it's like McKinnon, and I like in a thrift store. I'm not even kidding. Like 10 shirts. They were in my size.
Oh.
I was gonna get them, but they were like kids size and like too big, way too big. So.
I wear kids jerseys.
Yeah,
They're
me
cheaper.
too. But they were really small.
Yeah, okay.
They're really small.
You can get a McKinnon kids jersey.
Yeah.
Get a McKinnon's kids jersey.
I saw they're following me. And yesterday, me and my dad, we were both wearing like Avalanche shirts for nothing.
That makes me so happy. Yeah,
so weird.
Go get a McKinnon jersey in the team store. Get a kids one. They're cheaper.
Yeah, that's what I do with shoes.
Yeah.
With shoes,
totally
they fit me. They fit me. So
girl, Don't pick
going
her.
to save money.
It's cheaper and you have a better selection.
And usually they're prettier, you know. They're like usually
you could get like the light up ones or the sparkly
I mean,
ones.
I don't get those anymore, but like I like
But
the
you
idea.
could.
I like the idea of like having that option, you know.
Can you please get a pair of My Little Pony light up sneakers
Oh, man.
and wear them for the show?
Wow.
When I was a kid, I used to have
Hot request from you.
I just pictured Anna as like a My Little Pony.
No. My
How's she
mom
gonna get laid like that?
when I was like in the second
With a
grade.
grocery man.
Oh yeah, I guess they're not picky.
My mom when I was in the second grade, she got me like princess light up ones. See? I wore them like 2 times because I hated them because I'm like I'm trying to walk and all I see is lightness around me, and when it was like dark out, I hated it. I mean, it scared me, yeah. And it scared me, and it was annoying because like you couldn't play hide and seek.
See, but now you could like
You couldn't play tag. You couldn't
You
play
are
tag.
okay, but you aren't doing any of that stuff now. So now you could have your own rave in the
How do
club
you
from
know?
your
Maybe I'm
team.
still playing hide and seek.
Okay, you're right. Maybe I shouldn't put that past you. Okay, I'm sorry, I judged. My bad. I thought you were.
I'm kidding.
Thought you were older than that, but I guess not. So let's move on.
Let's
your
move on.
headline.
To the Astros cheating scandal.
Did they have light up shoes?
I mean, they should.
That should be like a new signal.
Yeah, right. They can steal signals with
How many
light-up
stomps
shoes.
you have with all the lights?
That's
Figure it
so
out.
smart.
Hurry up.
Kelly, I need you to shut up because they might catch that idea. They
If
might
the
catch that
Astros are
idea.
listening to our show right now, give me a job.
They're gonna. She's hired. We have more options to cheat from now.
Yeah, if you're listening, give me a job. I will make up all the cheating scandals for you.
But anyways, before we run out of time, so during I think it was last year, like around August when the season ended, it was when after the series, it was reported on that the Astros were caught cheating. And, you know, it was all rumors back then and stuff, but like now they have proof, you know, they were, it's so crazy.
confirmed.
It's so crazy. I'm like, the lengths that you have to go to cheat, you know, just be good athletes, you know, just be a good coach, you know, be inspiring, and maybe that'll get you somewhere instead
Looking
of like,
at you, Patriots.
yeah, instead of like, they were like, I read articles of like their smartwatches, they were using their smartwatches to steal signs. I do not know how.
Yeah,
Banging on trash cans.
But
Yeah.
they were
That's
were
my
using
favorite.
their
Yeah, that's my
Fitbits.
favorite too. I just picture them like Sesame Street characters.
Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, that's what I picture. It's like the Houston Astros.
They were using their smartwatches to cheat, and they were also downloading like camera apps on their phones and like.
See, like they started
recorded
with
on-
like the old school cheating,
Yeah.
where like
No, they
you aren't using technology.
They
you're
went
using
into
a
the
trash
21st
can.
century. I
And
think.
then they brought the
Yeah.
new stuff.
No, I
in.
think that's the most interesting part of this, that they were using like technology to help them cheat. Which, how
Who
dumb
came up
do you
with
have
that?
to? So here's
Genius.
the thing. Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
No, they'd be genius if they didn't get caught. They got
Let me
caught.
tell you.
I know, so close.
Because
so
I have a
close.
theory. I have a
At least they
theory.
won a World Series first. you
They
know?
won
Yeah.
too.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
So
and I
there
mean
you
they
go.
can't take their trophy away.
But they could put an asterisk.
Well, they suspended their GM and their it was their GM and their assistant coach, I think, this week, because I mean they were caught cheating.
Yeah.
They're so they got suspended for a season, I think, with no pay, which I don't think it's going to affect them at all.
Right.
I
How
think
much
that
money do you have in savings?
Yeah, I think that they should just fire them from the league in general, you know,
Yeah.
because it's putting a bad example out there.
Banned them.
And their GM, Jeff Lucknow, I think that's how you say it.
Sorry
he-
if it's not.
he doesn't
Yeah,
matter
sorry.
anymore anyway. He's just
He
a
doesn't matter.
cheater.
He was fired. Well, he was suspended. But
So
anyway,
he'll matter
Still
soon
a
enough.
cheater.
He'll matter.
Still a cheater.
But he was caught on the record saying that he did not know that what he was doing was cheating. Because okay, here's the thing.
I didn't
There's
know
no-
because there's no black and white rule about it.
No, exactly. Kelly, you took the words out of my mouth.
I'm
There's
just saying.
in the MLB Constitution, there's not like an actual rule where it says you can't use your smartwatches or your phones to cheat, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean,
Yeah, but you're not supposed to steal
Yeah.
signs.
He had like people going into the practices and recording them too, kind of like the Patriots. But that's his logic behind it, that he did not know because there was no clear rule, which again, there's not.
Oy.
So,
this is, but you know what? I really think that more teams are going to get busted in the next coming couple weeks.
Yeah, and I think
they should just let it happen and figure it out a way around the rule.
It's
if
like
they see you using the signs.
It's like
come up
Mark
with new
McGuire
signs,
and Barry Bonds. Like you could juice back then, so they did. It made it fair.
Well, right? I think that the main reason why like more
made it fair.
Plagued with cheating.
Yeah, I think that
time.
more and more baseball teams are
Lance
cheating
Armstrong
though.
and see how he feels.
True.
Like, they were all juicing then too.
But I think that more and more baseball teams are cheating because the sport is becoming kind of irrelevant at this point. Oh. Not us. I love baseball.
Is cheating in baseball going to be the new sport?
No, I think that it's just a way of them to make it more interesting. It's like the whole thing. It's like the whole thing with the balls that they changed it so that like
juicing the ball.
Yeah, like it's the whole same thing. I just think that they're freaking out. It's like the same things happening with the NBA. Ratings are going down, and
it's because they need to figure out how to make it streamable on Netflix or something.
That
then the ratings would go back up, I promise.
That and like the thing with like the NBA, a lot of it has to do with LeBron and Steph Curry not playing and Thompson not playing. Like that's
and China
some of the
and China, and whatever else.
Yeah, like the NBA is separate, but I think that the baseball. I mean, I love baseball, but
they should make an XBL.
More people think that it's boring. More people think that it's a boring sport than an exciting sport.
XBL.
But anyways,
where instead of bases, you have trampolines.
Yeah.
And then you jump from base to base. It's like basketball. I don't know if you guys ever watched that movie.
No, I got to.
Put that on the list. Basketball. It's a mix of basketball and baseball.
Charlie Sheen in that one?
Basketball. I don't think so.
Oh.
Why?
Like
why would that be your initial reaction? It's Charlie Sheen on that one.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, so we're gonna head to break. When we come back, we're gonna be talking a little bit about the NFL, how we thought the games went this week, how they're, I don't know, gonna go this coming week. Chantel was way wrong. So stay tuned to hear how bad she did.
Every day, across this country, hundreds of college radio stations take to the air, broadcasting music and programming that you won't hear anywhere else.
It's one of the last places where people can really be able to actually say what they want to say.
Without it, you wouldn't have a place for local artists to perform. Certain people need to have a chance, a fighting chance, and college radio is that place for it.
College radio changes the lives of those who are involved with it and can change those who listen to it too.
This is where we start out, from getting all this great experience working in college radio. It makes you want to work in real radio.
College radio means finding yourself. It helped me find what I wanted to do in not only school, but in life.
So support college radio by continuing to listen to this station and supporting the students who make it happen. College radio, now, more than ever. A message brought to you by this station and the College Radio Foundation. For more information, please visit collegeradio.org.
All right. Welcome back to Sports and Skirts on Elevation 5280 Sports. So, the NFL.
Woohoo.
Chantel was so wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong.
She got one right.
I wasn't the only one.
One.
I wasn't the only one.
You got one right.
Okay, I got
Which
one
one
right.
was it? Which one was it?
I picked Green Bay to win.
Hey,
that was it.
you know what's up. You know what's up.
You should have picked the Chiefs to win, so then Houston could have won.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that they were going to play like that. You know? So.
I blame you.
Before we get into the whole, talk, I just want to mention, really fast.
Yeah.
So, when the Chief was going on, I was in church with with my parents and my brother. And me and my brother, we kept on checking our phone. And my mom was like, stop checking your phone. But I'm like, okay, Mom, it's playoffs. If God didn't want me to watch football, he wouldn't make it so fun, okay? So anyways.
Or the stream would not be running.
Yeah. So, true. So me and David, we were checking it, and it was when the Chiefs were losing, and it was like near halftime, and I was like, oh, just stop watching it. They're probably going to lose, you know.
Yeah.
Mahomes doesn't look like Mahomes, you know. So we stopped watching. We got out of church, and it's when every single crazy thing that happened, and we were like, that's a miracle. It's a miracle.
Is that what happened? Because
that's
the
what
Texans
happened.
were looking good at some point, and I was like, I got that number.
And then you got cocky.
I think that it was like after halftime.
No,
right?
no, it was the
it wasn't like
bad play calling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when Mahomes like scored like 4 touchdowns in like 3 minutes, like some ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it was a hot mess. But the first game that came on was the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. Did you guys watch that one by any chance?
I did. I watched like half of it. I mean, I knew that the 49ers were going to win, so I wasn't really paying that much attention to it.
It's because you didn't find a man on the Minnesota Vikings.
True. And I don't like Kirk Cousins, you know, so like I was like feeling different about it. I mean, I love Jimmy Garoppolo. He's a very handsome man.
Yeah.
I like John Lynch.
Yeah.
So
I thought Minnesota had it based on the Saints win, and that the Vikings had the fewest missed tackles in the NFL with a red zone defense.
See, but I
second best in the NFL. So, like, at that point, I'm like, okay, we got this, you know?
And then
instead, the 49ers defense kept coming down.
I think that with the Saints,
so
it
then,
was...
the quarterback couldn't get open.
I think that with the Saints, with the Saints game, it was like a lot of bad play calling, you know?
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Well, no, the Saints just were. We couldn't stop the run. Our special teams couldn't do anything. We couldn't make the kick. All kinds of different factors. Breeze was off. The only good player we had at that point was Taysom Hill, which is our third string quarterback, but he plays other positions on there too. So
I think that in that game, the Vikings just got lucky, you know. That's honestly what I think, and I was like, there's no way they're going to win against the 49ers.
Yeah. 49ers had a really good season. Can't take that away from them. They had a really good season.
They did.
So it's
14-3.
Not too surprising when they win.
Yeah, especially with Kyle Shanahan. He's one of my favorite people, you know, to make those. So
nice little connection here for Denver
fans
listening.
Man, I thought he was going to come here.
Shanahan and John Lynch.
Yeah, why didn't they do that? Riddle me that.
I don't know.
They should have.
I don't know.
Well, all right. So then the next game was the Tennessee Titans versus the Baltimore Ravens.
How'd you do in that one, Chantel?
I lost that one too.
See that one, that game. I was watching with my dad. We were both going for the Ravens. What the frig? What happened?
Man, Derrick Henry ran for 195 yards for Tennessee. That's what happened, you know. And then so that score was 28-12,
which kind of surprised me with the score.
Yeah.
That it was that low.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be higher than that.
Yeah, me too. Especially between these two monster teams, you know.
But that's always how that works. You think that they're going to score a ridiculous amount of points, and then they like do nothing.
Yeah, and then in paper too. I mean, the Ravens were better than the Tennessee. You know, they were in paper. They were, so that's why like that game too.
It came down to who wanted it more.
Yeah,
at that point.
Tennessee wants it more.
Well, I think another factor.
Hill wanted it more.
Another factor, I thought, like Mark Ingram wasn't playing, so that took a couple of yardages off of them for that. But you know, he was just off. He threw 2 interceptions, lost the fumble on a sack, and was stopped on a pair of key fourth downs. You know, with 3 turnovers. So this is the playoffs. You're playing like that. Of course, you're gonna lose.
Yeah. And if you don't lose to this team, you're gonna lose to the next team
and get weeded out.
And if you don't lose to them, then this is going to be a really bad Super Bowl, and it's been a really bad year.
Right.
I feel that, like, however this Super Bowl goes, it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
Because all of the teams, in my opinion, right now are explosive, you know?
Yeah.
I would have made the argument about the Titans not being explosive, but seeing them, like, the past 2 weeks,
they're explosive.
Yeah, they're explosive. they have it, you know.
There's a different
I don't know.
level.
I don't know if they'll make it to the Super Bowl, but like if they make it, it'll be exciting.
There's a different level between regular season play and playoff play, and the Titans figured that out,
Yeah, I mean, and then they held them all to only field goals.
which is impressive in and of itself.
Yeah, but I think if Mark Ingram was in there, it would have made it a little bit different.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm not saying he would be the whole entire
The game
factor, but he's
changer.
like, yeah, but I mean, he's a good hype man
Yeah.
in the locker room, especially in New Orleans. That's what he did for us,
Yeah.
and so I think that was a big blow for them. That's one of the reasons why they lost the game, because him and Jackson combined for over 1,000 yards when they're playing together. So,
It at least would have gotten a touchdown instead of a bunch of field goals.
yeah, I know exactly.
So
I think that would have been
at
different.
least a more interesting game or a closer game or something
yeah,
instead
it would
of
have been definitely a more interesting game
instead of 28
for sure. But Derrick Henry, man, you know, he's just a monster.
Yeah.
So, and then the next game, y'all look so excited.
Oh, sorry, I'm tired.
We got the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs coming
You
off a
picked the
bye.
wrong team, Chantel.
I know.
Which, oh my God, that game.
You better be
Oh my
thanking her
God.
for picking the wrong team.
Oh my God.
It's all her fault.
Well, no, I mean, I was looking good in the second quarter. I was like, we were still in it.
Right.
And then
I am choosing opposite of you today just because you
Okay.
picked whoever you're picking.
I know, I understand, but nobody could have predicted that.
Yeah,
And
no.
it's the coach's fault. Like, it's the Texans'
Your
fault.
voodoo doll is rotten. You need to make a new one
Yeah, I need to
because
get a
your
new one.
current one doesn't work.
I used it
Yeah.
all on the Saints.
It
That's what
didn't
happened.
work.
I know. It was dead at that
That's
point.
when it
I needed
turns
to get a
sour.
new
Chantel,
one. I needed
you
to
better
get-
not
I
use
should've-
that voodoo doll for my my
Yeah,
Packers.
quit using it for the abs.
Oh man.
If you
All
use
right,
it
yeah, I'll
against,
get some new ones. Okay.
okay,
Yeah, they're all
get new
sour.
ones, or don't use any at all.
Or someone that's doing voodoo on Chantel, like, knock it off. Let her get something right.
So the Chiefs became the first team in NFL history to come back at halftime after
Yeah, well,
trailing by 24 or more
What
points.
a comeback though? Because what was the
That's
final
impressive.
score? Like 51 to
I know.
like 31, I think.
That's
the
impressive.
final score.
The final
score.
score.
It hurts.
51 to 31, I think it was.
It hurts.
It was something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So,
hurt. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's impressive. As someone that wanted to see the Texans win, that was an impressive comeback.
Well, like it was just that one call. It was 30. Yeah, it was 51 to 31.
Yeah.
It was just that. Okay, so when he brought out that fake punt call, he used the timeout. You know, and so you burn a timeout, and then you don't make a good play out of it. You know, you
Yeah.
failed. So that at that point,
That's like a double fail.
and then you lose all the momentum that you had to come back.
Okay, wrong.
So-
It was a triple fail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's when the whole team was like,
Fell
our coach-
apart.
Yeah, our coach has no idea what he's doing.
See, and like I think that the Chiefs also have to use this like as a learning lesson, because if they play how they played last week in that first half, you know, or even like at the game at all, I think it's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what they got, and I think that that's one of the reasons why they were able to.
It was a wake up call for them
Yeah,
too.
it was a wake up call.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, you saw how he was
Ridiculous.
pumping everybody. Patrick Mahomes was pumping everybody up on the sideline, saying, "We need to make big plays right now."
Was he?
It worked.
Was he going? Was he going like in that State Farm commercial? Have you seen it? Where he's
with
like with
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers?
Rodgers. Yeah, he's like State Farm, State Farm. Have you seen it?
Yeah, that's what he was
Yeah.
doing on the sideline.
Imagine him saying State Farm instead of Let's go, boys, let's go. To the sideline. So
Every
like a
time we get
regular
paid for
game,
it.
he's like State Farm, State Farm.
I would walk over and I'd be like, Geico! Just,
I have all State.
yeah. Like, just yell something back at
He's
him.
off. What's up like that?
Just something opposite.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But all right, so then the next game we had was the Seattle Seahawks versus the Green Bay Packers, your favorite.
Woo!
Yeah.
I love
so-
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, me too. For 36 years old,
Yeah.
he made 16 of 27 with
Yeah.
243 yards and 2 TDs. Not
Yeah,
too
man.
shabby there.
I mean, not completely related to sports, but like my boss and my coworkers were making fun of me the other day because I told them, I'm like, they're gonna win.
Yeah.
The Packers they're going to win. He's like, oh no, he's not. I didn't know that you like the Aaron Rodgers so much. I'm like, I've been in love with that man since I was like 12.
Oh God.
Huh.
Like,
I had no idea.
it's been a while.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Well, you know, he did look kind of crazy looking.
Yeah.
Did y'all see how crazy looking he looked though? His eyebballs look like he
Yeah.
had too much caffeine or something.
5-hour energy's got him real
Yeah,
amped.
Something,
hyped up.
he was yeah, his
But
eyeballs were about
Maybe
to
he
pop out.
found some white powder somewhere. I don't know.
His Wi-Fi connection must have been really good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's what
it was
was.
a pretty good game, you know.
Green Bay converted 9 of
surprise.
14 on third downs. I think that was the main reason why they lost. I mean, they won.
Yeah.
So, that was pretty
anyways,
cool.
predictions for next week or this week?
So,
They're going.
Chantel, you're going first.
They're going against the Packers. Are going against the 49ers.
okay, so we're doing the Packers and 49ers.
Yeah,
First.
I mean that's what I started off with because like I do not know the outcome of this game and I don't want.
Wait for Chantel to answer and then answer.
Wow, see, this is a toss-up because
It's a tough one. Isn't
Pick a
it?
team, Chantel.
team, Jesus. Shoot, man.
Like this should be the Super Bowl game.
I've been thinking about this since Sunday and I still don't have a.
I already
complete
have who I
answer.
want, but
Okay, who do you
no,
think?
Chantel's got to pick first.
Well, San Fran ranked number 2 in NFL during regular season with only 281.8 total yards allowed. So
She's trying to get all statistical.
Yeah.
For
yeah,
her
well, I'm
reasons.
trying to make my point, you know.
See,
They-
that's
and
me.
the-
That's me.
What's your gut telling you? Just pick your gut team. Don't look at their stats.
I have to look at their stats.
Playoffs.
kinda
The playoffs
educated.
have nothing to do with stats.
Yeah, we
There's
saw
a
that last
different-
week. We saw that
Different level
last
to the
week.
playoffs. Period.
We saw that
Man,
last
Aaron
week.
Rodgers
It doesn't
is
matter.
So accurate though.
Different
Yeah.
level. Pick your team.
That's the thing.
Pick your
though.
team.
That's the thing.
Make a pick.
Chantel, you're my soul sister.
Do
you
it.
get me. You get
Pick your team.
me.
Gut
I'm
feeling.
gonna go Aaron
now.
Rodgers.
I swear if they lose. I swear if they lose.
I was gonna go San Fran, so thank you.
Yeah,
Just because I
man.
want to see John Lynch
Mm-hmm.
as the GM of a Super Bowl team. I love him. I do.
So you love him?
Yeah, I love John Lynch.
So you love him, just to be clear.
Just to be
Okay.
clear, I love John Lynch.
The thing is, in Week 12, Packers lost to the 49ers 37-8.
But
I'm
that's
just
during during like regular season though.
Yeah, it is regular season, but
But-
still, you
Yeah.
But
still
both
gotta
are
look
in
at
playoff mode right now.
it. Yeah.
It's not like one team's in the playoff mode and the other one's not. Like they both are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're
So-
right.
So then for the next game
Mhm.
that we're going to preview, the Tennessee Titans versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs. Got the
You got
Chiefs. I got the Chiefs.
I think the Chiefs can score on anyone behind
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes. And with Damian Williams, Kelsey. Oh my gosh. Kelsey, especially because he went off this weekend. You know? But something's telling me that the Titans are going to come through.
I swear.
Going against Anna. All right. All right.
How about you? How about you, Callie?
I would rather see the Titans.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sorry, I forgot I'm in Denver. Forgot I'm in Bronco country right now.
However,
I'm kidding.
the fact that Chantel picked them,
they're gonna lose.
probably, yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so the Titans ranked 31st in regular season in red zone defense, allowing opponents to score TDs 68% of the time. So, you know, you got that. And then you got Derrick Henry. So it's little factors like that that really make me want
Again,
to break it down.
Playoffs, regular season.
I
That's
understand, but you still
totally
gotta look
different.
at it.
Use
It's
your
totally
stats,
different.
Chantel.
I'm just saying.
throw some playoff stats in, not just regular season stats. Throw
I
in
know,
some
I know.
playoff
I-
stats
I know, I understand.
because the
but
playoffs are totally different.
I know they're totally different, but you still got to look at them.
Yeah, but it is totally different.
I mean, there's okay. So
If you're throwing stats, at least throw playoff stats. If you, because that's apples to oranges is playoffs to regular season.
but it was such a crazy playoff season so far with all these teams that we didn't expect to go through. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but
So-
to me, regular season and playoffs is still apples to oranges.
Not me. I rather look at the regular season than the playoff stats. But next time that we come on air, I'll make sure I have some playoff stats for you.
All
just
right,
for you.
sounds good. I'll take that. I'll take that.
But okay, so that's all I got for those two games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
What are your guys' thoughts as far as like do you see anything crazy happening again, or do you just think they're going to be regular games?
See, playoff season has been so explosive that, like, you go in with these expectations like we did last week, and something happens, you know?
Yeah.
So I really am excited. I think that this is the most that I've been excited for a playoff season for football in the longest time. I think that either way, if the Titans or either way, whoever ends up in the Super Bowl, it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be.
I mind the Titans because I like underdog story.
Yeah, the Titans.
A little bit, so.
You're like my dad. You're like my dad.
I didn't say that they're my team all the time.
The underdog. The underdog.
But if it was Tennessee and San Fran, I would want San Fran because
Jimmy Garoppolo, yeah.
No, John Lynch.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
I don't care about Garoppolo. I care about John Lynch.
I understand.
I thought I made that clear.
I understand.
I like how Chantel's over there. I understand.
Yeah, she's like, I know, I get it, buddy.
I'm here for the emotional support.
You need to like throw every voodoo doll you have out until you figure out like how to unsour them. It's like a semi-laugh, semi-cry.
I know. It works for you.
It's like you right now. Like you're laughing but crying. Because it's your voodoo dolls that are busted.
All right, whatever. Okay.
All right.
Best sports talk show ever.
With that said, Chantel's busted voodoo dolls will be back here after the break. We'll be talking some basketball.
Woo woo.
Some NBA, some WNBA, Nuggets. So stay tuned.
The usual.
Yeah, and then we'll hit up some hockey after that. So stay tuned.
Woo.
Stay tuned to Sports and Skirts on Elevation 5280 Sports. Maybe in a minute. There it is. All right, we'll be back here in a minute on Elevation 5280 Sports.
Taking a trip over to Tibet, you know, see the sights, climb a hill or two. But I remember, oh man, I got one guy out here who I actually know. So I give an old ringy-dingy to the Lama. What? You know, the Dalai Lama, his laminescence, flowing robes, the grace, bald, striking really. I says to the Lama, hey, you remember that round I caddied for you down in Shangri-La? Well, apparently some station out in Lakewood taped the whole thing. See, the Lama's a big hitter. Nailed 2 eagles in a row that day. Well, he says, what station could have possibly gotten all the way out to my sacred holy lands, the Shangri? I says it was none other than GoMileHigh.com, Lama. They got the best sports coverage in the state. The Lama actually tips me this time, 2-1. So he pretty much stiffed me again, but I got him hooked on GoMileHigh.com. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
That's great.
GoMileHigh.com.
All right. Welcome back to Sports and Skirts on Elevation 5280 Sports. Anna, let's hear some basketball.
Hello. So basketball, the dribble.
Yeah.
So Nuggets. So something really big happened with the WNBA this week. So I am going to keep the Nuggets talk as short as I can because I just want to talk WNBA.
Okay, word vomit on some Nuggets.
Nuggets. Okay. So we saw each other last Wednesday. They went against the Mavs. I didn't know if they were going to win or lose. They won that game. Last second, Jokic was in the right place. He scored in the right time. It was perfect. It was amazing. But I think that they need to stop doing that of waiting till last seconds to score like they did. Because, I mean, if they would have gone to overtime, I really do think that they would have lost that game. One key player, in my opinion, that was just killing it was Jeremy Grant. I will keep on apologizing to Jeremy Grant till the day I die, because when he got traded here from OKC, I was like, I'm not sure he's going to be a good fit with the Nuggets.
And now you're like, I was wrong.
And now he's my favorite player in the Nuggets. So I'm sorry, Grant. I'm sorry. But this weekend, they lost against the Cavaliers, which, how do you lose to one of the worst teams in the East?
Well, they've been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah, it's like they win against like the really strong teams like the Mavericks and Clippers, and then against the Cavs, which suck again, they lost. And they lost by a lot. They lost by 13 points.
I feel like a lot of teams do that though, because you get in like this
that
mental.
Yeah.
It sounds weird because they're professional athletes. They shouldn't do this, but you get
they
in
get
that
comfortable.
Well, you get in that mental state where you're like, okay, you know, this game, it's going to be a gimme, it's going to be easy, we're going to win this, and then you, like, almost don't try that hard.
Yeah.
Which I know that sounds horrible, but
it's what they do. It's what they do. I mean,
it's just how it is sometimes.
And Sunday against the Clippers, I thought that Paul George was hurt, so I was like, that's going to help the Nuggets by a lot. Yeah. And it did, because they won by 14 points.
Yeah.
14 points. Michael Porter Jr. played just in the he played in that Clippers game, and he scored 13 points in 19 minutes. I like how Malone's giving him more and more minutes, and giving him more minutes with bigger teams. He did that with the Mavs. He didn't do that good with the Mavs, but
kind of easing him into it.
Yeah, because the Mavs, he played for 14 minutes and only scored 2 points. But I mean, at least that's something, you know.
Yeah.
And to score, and the way that he was playing against Kawhi Leonard, he's just another monster, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually benched him.
Yeah.
For the last game.
And then Jeremy Grant, like the way that he was blocking, like I swear.
So for him,
I could have seen like Grant being more of a good offensive player than a defensive player, but it seems like the way that he blocks these like big stars, which he did too in the Mavericks game with Luka.
Yeah.
The way that he's blocking them, it's exactly what the Nuggets need. Because when he's blocking them, they get the ball taken away from them, and then the Nuggets get the ball. But right now, they're a second seed in the West. They're between the Lakers, which they're in the first place, and then the Jazz, which another big surprise. I didn't know that the Jazz were even going to be in the top 5. They're number 3 right now. They're 27-12. I don't know if I just said that, but the Nuggets are 27-12. Tonight they're going to play the Charlottesville Hornets. They're number 9 in the East. They're not a strong team defensively or offensively, but I think that this is a given win for them. So having that said, they're probably going to lose this game, but I really hope it doesn't go down to that.
I don't know about that. The Nuggets lose?
I don't think so. But you know, with the Cavs, you know, they're also not that good. But I think that they're gonna win this game just because the Nuggets at least the Nuggets are going to win, because I mean, at least with the Cavaliers, you know, they have key players. You know, they have Kevin Love, they have Tristan Thompson still. They have stars in their team. The Hornets do not.
Right.
They don't. Fun fact: Juancho's brother plays there. My other cousin plays there. Willie Hernan Gomez plays there.
Funny.
So both my cousins are going to be in town tonight.
Family reunion.
Family reunion. What's up?
You gonna go visit them?
Yeah, I'm gonna go give them a hug. You know, ask them how the fans been.
I think what the biggest factor is going to be Gary Harris. I mean, because the last game he started off so well in the beginning and got that scored the most points.
I mean, but he's questionable right now. He's probably not going to play tonight. Gary Harris, Jamal Murray might not play. Paul Millsap is still out. So, but I mean, we still have Jeremy Grant. I think that in this game, it's going to be another starting game for Michael Porter Jr. I really do, because we don't have either Millsap or Harris, and that's what we need. And the way that Michael Porter Jr. plays, he's really good in the paint. He's really good at that 3-point line.
Wow.
He's not that good defensively, but so are the Hornets aren't good offensively or defensively. In my opinion, they're number 9 in the East. The East is way less competitive than the West right now, so that should answer some questions. So now moving on from the Nuggets, let's talk about WNBA. So I want to start off by saying I'm not super into the WNBA, but I am so glad and happy that they're getting this attention and this momentum, you know. I'll go back to the U.S. national team for soccer. You know, right now they're suing FIFA because you're going to go up to people and you're going to be like, they're underpaid. And they're going to be like, no, they're not. They're wearing Givenchy. They're wearing Gucci.
Yeah.
They're underpaid. They're underpaid, and I'll tell you why. They've won more World Cups than the U.S. men's team. The men's team has never won any World Cups. They haven't won Olympic medals. The women have. They get more viewership when the World Cup is going. Men do not. It's just how this country works. The men's team, they didn't even make it to the last World Cup. The women, this past World Cup, they won that World Cup. Here's the thing. I'm glad that the WNBA is gaining that momentum, you know, but I don't think that it's going to be how we've seen it in FIFA. I think it's going to be much slower, and I don't think that people aren't going to be tuning into their games like they are with the soccer.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. The NBA right now, their ratings are really low.
Yeah.
Because of LeBron, because Steph Curry's not playing, because Thompson's not playing. So if the NBA is hurting, the WNBA is not going to be doing good. But it was yesterday, Monday, 2 days ago, it was announced that the WNBA, they were going to be changing rules. They were going to increase their pay, which is great. I don't understand how it took them so long, but they're increasing their pay. And with that, it's so cool because the whole package, I'm like, I'm about to join the WNBA if I was an athlete. But they get paid maternity leave. They didn't get maternity leave before. How crazy is that? How crazy.
Hit the court with the baby.
How crazy. Alex Morgan, she plays for the U.S. for the soccer team. She's pregnant right now. Mm-hmm. The girl's practicing. She's 6 months pregnant. I don't know if you guys seen the video. She's like, 6 months you're showing, Yeah. I've heard that that's when you get uncomfortable, She's practicing and playing like she's not pregnant. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I've had paramedic partners that are
it's
way pregnant and
it's crazy.
They're still lifting people and moving people and working on the ambulance. So,
but besides that, they are going to get family benefits, and some of those I've heard that it's going to be like adoption or if they want to go to a sperm bank and get like a discount or something.
A discount?
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but they get.
Tell me more.
I don't know. I didn't read the whole article, but that's what I understood from it, from the family benefits. They could get the, what's it called, when you can't have a baby and you have to go through all the medications.
What? Like in vitro therapy?
Yeah. They're going to pay for that. They're going to pay for that
really?
now in case they want to get pregnant, which I think is pretty
just
cool.
Add more kids to the team,
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. They're smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will
they thought
now
that through.
they will now be able to when they travel, get a room with 2 bedrooms for themselves and their kids, if they want to travel with their children.
That's interesting.
Yeah, hotel upgrades major. I just think I like all these benefits, I'm living for them. Jamal Murray, he retweeted when it happened, he retweeted something. He's like, yes. And I was like, we love a supportive king. Yeah. We love a supportive king. But it's so cool. They even have a full salary on maternity leave.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So tying it back to the Nuggets.
Somehow.
Somehow.
No,
just a really cool story. Really cool story.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Really cool story. So Megan Rapinoe, she plays for the U.S. nationals team. She's actually married to Sue Bird. Mm-hmm. She used to play in the WNBA. She used to play for Washington, I believe. Let me get that really fast. For Washington, I believe. Yeah, she used to play for Washington in the WNBA. She retired in 2018, and she got hired by the Nuggets. And she's their operational manager. So she lives here with us, and she works with the Nuggets. That's so cool. In my mind, that's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
She's
sweet.
won. Subert has won four FIFA World Cups. She has gone to 4 championships and won 3 of them.
Yeah.
Basically, the Megan Rapinoe of basketball. Basically. But then I started researching about her because I was like, oh, who's this gal? Sue Bird. She used to play in the WNBA. She's obviously still working with the NBA.
Yeah.
And she's somehow connected with us, because she works in the media for the Nuggets,
Yeah.
What exactly does she do? And she had an interview when she first started working with the Nuggets. And so I don't know if we should be proud of this or sad. I got kind of sad when I read this. But she's like one of 2 women right now in the NBA organization that work with them that have been in the WNBA. Just 2 women work for the NBA right now. That have been former WNBA players. Which I think it's a waste.
I don't know.
I think it's a waste because I don't know how hockey women's sports work, but men and women bring like different things to the table.
Yeah.
They do. They just do. It's like the same thing with soccer. I like seeing women commentators that have been former players because you get a different insight.
Yeah.
You get a different insight. Example, like FIFA, like for years discriminated against the women. Like during the World Cups. They didn't even get to play like in actual soccer stadiums. It was just like rinky-dink, like stupid stadiums with artificial grass. You know what happens when you slide into artificial grass?
It hurts.
It burns. It hurts. Like they were all bruised up during the World. It was horrible. And then the former president of FIFA like used to like always make stupid comments about the women players. One time he said that he wished that they wore shorter shorts when playing. Yeah.
Jeez.
He got fired.
I would hope so.
But he wasn't.
Like former,
but,
right?
No. But he resigned. He wasn't fired. He resigned. And he was president for years. For years. He was president for years. And
he's probably a manager at the Hooters right now.
Right.
Yeah. And like that's why I think that it pisses me off when you bring up this conversation. With like not just a soccer fan, but just like any sports fan. You're like, yeah, the women's soccer, they're underpaid, and that's why they're suing FIFA. They're like, no, they're not. They're making so much money. Well, yeah, they're making more money than you and me. But when you compare, let's take just the U.S., the women's U.S. and then the men's U.S., they should be paid more than the men's just because of how many medals they've won, how many championships they've won, in my opinion.
And based off the revenue.
They've just had to, in my opinion, they have just like had to deal with more than men, like with the short shorts. I mean, how would you feel if like you go into work and your boss is like, wish that you would wear like short shorts, like to a whole press? Like it wasn't like a separate conversation that he had. Like it was like a media press with like media people in there that he made that comment. But back to the WNBA. I'm so glad and happy that they're getting this momentum. But, like, sometimes you have to be realistic and not that optimistic. And with the NBA ratings going down, I do not know if they're going to be...
they're going to survive.
No, I don't know if the momentum is going to be as fast as we want. And like I said, it's probably going to be way slower than it has been for, soccer, for hockey,
Yeah.
But at least it's somewhere,
Yeah. All right. We'll be back with some hockey talk. This is Sports and Skirts on Elevation 5280 Sports.
I'm taking a trip over to Tibet, see the sights, climb a hill or two. But oh man, I got one guy out here who I actually know. So I give an old ringy-dingy to the Lama.
What?
The Dalai Lama, his laminescence, flowing robes, grace, bald, striking really. I says to the Lama, hey, you remember that round I caddied for you down in Shangri-La? Well, apparently some station out in Lakewood taped the whole thing. See, the Lama's a big hitter. Nailed 2 eagles in a row that day. Well, he says, what station could have possibly gotten all the way out to my sacred holy lands, the Shangri? I says it was none other than GoMileHigh.com, Lama. They got the best sports coverage in the state. The Lama actually tips me this time, 2-1. So he pretty much stiffed me again, but I got him hooked on GoMileHigh.com. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
That's great.
GoMileHigh.com.
Alrighty, welcome back to Sports and Skirts on Elevation 5280 Sports. Now it's my turn to rant a little bit. So, time for some hockey talk. So, let me start off. Last week, I told you guys about that cheap shot, dirty hit, how that guy had the hearing and all that stuff. So, he didn't get suspended. The NHL Players Department of Safety released a statement saying there was a check to the head. However, it was found to be legal. A legal check to the head.
You got to pay to get that.
So illegal, like, so you're telling me
who you got to pay off for that?
I don't know.
You're telling me, and you're telling all these NHL players, there's legal ways to hit players during a game. There's like just legal ways that you can get away with.
For me, any check where the head is the main point of contact, that's a garbage hit.
Oh no, in any sport, it
needs to be eliminated. You can legally hit someone in the chest, in the shoulder, whatever. Cale Makar laid a beautiful hit last night, shoulder to shoulder check. Dude went flying. It was gorgeous.
Yeah,
legal check, not hit in head.
Yeah, and like we go back like to the head. The head is such like a sensitive, part of the body. That I mean, you've been going through it.
Oh God, yeah.
It's just like a different part of the body that you don't ever want to hit.
Yes.
Because once you hit it, there's going to be a certain point, and these are athletes. Those pucks, like how fast do they go? Like 99 miles? Or I don't know.
Hardest shot is 118.
Okay.
Wait, what?
See? Yeah. That could kill somebody. If it were for that helmet.
Yeah.
But still.
You could still die from getting hit in the helmet with one of those pucks. Ian LaPerriere had a subdural bleed from getting hit by a puck. So, he got a brain bleed.
Oh my God. But anyways,
from that.
Jeez.
So, do you think that it was like a classic, like, let's put on our tinfoil girls hat, like let's put them on? I think that it was like him paying them off, or like
I don't know,
somebody paying off somebody.
Okay, so here's the other thing. So, the dude got pummeled by Nas. Period. He got pummeled for that hit. So, there's a theory that people are like, well, maybe the Department of Player Safety's like, look, you paid your dues after getting, beat up like that.
Well, but the thing is, like, that there's like a player out there that's like obviously like hitting people in the head. So maybe he did it like not on purpose. Maybe we can make that argument.
There's this other interesting situation. Zach Kassian recently went after Brady Tkachuk after there was a few aggressive hits from Brady Tkachuk into Zach Kassian. And so Zach Kassian dropped the gloves, they fought, and then Kassian actually got suspended for 2 games for what he did. It's
like a double standard, right?
It's an interesting situation. But in an interview, Zach Kassian said, well, now I know what the NHL deems as legal and what they deem as illegal.
And I think that that's like a very dangerous line.
Because Zach Kassian is well-known NHL player for dancing that line.
Dirty.
Yeah.
A dirty player.
Yeah. He's definitely had a lot of borderline hits. He's had borderline decisions. He's a large man. That's all there is to it. He's just a big dude. So telling him where that line is a little sketchy to me.
Yeah.
And if he did it, he'd probably be suspended.
I'm gonna have to watch
and
some
I think
highlights from him.
Yeah.
No, but like I think that we go back to like that, like the NHL, like with that statement, like giving idea to players that it's okay, you can hit people in the head.
Yeah.
Just do it here.
Well, and here's the other interesting part. Donskoy was engaged with someone else, and this dude came in and hit him like a blindside hit too. So it's like, come on, like so many things why this was incorrect, and it makes me crazy. And Donskoy's actually out right now.
Oh. Nice.
So like, come on, he actually just started skating again. So it's really frustrating.
And why was he out? Was it like a suspension or was he
No, it
injured?
was from injury.
Oh, okay.
So he started skating again. They call it skating in a red jersey, which is like the NHL's version of a no contact jersey. So whenever players are injured, they'll skate with the team in no contact, and then they'll practice with the team, and then they'll eventually get cleared to come back. So that's kind of the situation that we're in thanks to that hit. So I was wrong about the suspension, which was very frustrating for me. Another thing that I want to talk about, so the Avs lost to the Dallas Stars last night in like the last couple minutes of the game. Very frustrating. They were up 2-0 at one point, and then they let 3 goals in on 30 shots. So that was a super frustrating collapse to watch. And their goaltender Philip Grubauer has had a recent quote basically throwing his team under the bus. So for him to let in 3 goals on 30 shots is ridiculous. If you're going to throw your team under the bus, you better be rock solid and you better be stellar. So interesting situation for them.
Yeah.
They played the Dallas Stars, lost to the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars are now ahead of the Colorado Avalanche, 2 points in the standing. So they leapfrogged us, basically, after this game. And with that being said, I have a theory for why the Avs can't beat Dallas.
Thank you. The good stuff. Tell me.
Joe Pavelski. I have nicknamed him Joe the Dream Killer Pavelski.
Oh, no.
Yep. So he played for the San Jose Sharks last year.
Do you have a nickname for me?
Voodoo. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
But he eliminated the Avs from the playoffs a few years ago.
Yeah.
And that's when I gave him the nickname Joe the Dream Killer Pavelski. And he, since every time the Avs play him, he always scores goals, gets assists, whatever the case is. He's always an Avs killer. And when we played Dallas in Dallas, he ended up getting the shootout game-winning goal. Oh, look at that. And then last night, he was the one that was screening Philip Grubauer when we got our goal scored against us. And he got an assist on that goal. So Joe the Dream Killer Pavelski is absolutely 100% my reason why we can't beat Dallas. Because we were beating Dallas last year, and they didn't have him last year.
Oh, great.
And look, he shows up.
So how are we going to stop him next time?
I don't know. I don't know how you stop Joe Pavelski. I wanted us to sign him in the offseason so we could stop him that way.
Oh.
But we didn't do such things. So.
Well, what you going to do?
Cry? Because we play him 6 times a season now.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
so.
we got to do something about that.
But the Avs have kind of been on a little bit of a downswing as far as their play lately has gone. So they need to figure it out. Whether it's getting a new goalie coach or whatever the case is. Because to me, the big issue has been goaltending more than other things.
Yeah.
From both goaltenders, not one specifically.
I noticed that.
Yeah, both of them kind of collapsed. And last year, both goaltenders collapsed at the exact same time as well.
Oh, great.
So, I don't know if it's a mental thing, if they need to get, like, a sports counselor. Nathan McKinnon had, like, a sports psychologist for a while there.
Oh, wow.
So maybe they need to do that for our goaltenders so we can figure out why they're collapsing.
So we can win in
December.
OTs if we have to.
Just win a regular game. We were up 2-0 in this game.
Yeah.
And then they collapsed.
I'm sorry.
So I know I'll cry a little later. It's fine. It's fine. So,
right.
but ending on a high note, the Avs play tomorrow against the San Jose Sharks at the Pepsi Center. I'm sure there's tickets available, so if you want to pick some up, go for it. The Sharks are not doing well this season, so hopefully the Avs can actually skate out of there with a win. It would be a nice upswing from what they've been doing lately. So, thanks for tuning in to Sports and Skirts on Elevation 5280 Sports. We'll be back next week. Have a good weekend.
He did, but after seeing like all of the different reports, like